Good evening and a very well welcome. Today we're back with Kidzvoicebox and first time in a while, Ben.
Yeah.
Good to see you back.
I'm back.
2022 is the last time we saw you.
Yeah.
And so just the two of us tonight.
Yeah.
And Mal, he's actually on the camera for once.
Well, I'm on the camera because we thought Oliver was coming, didn't we? But
Yeah.
you've got an apology, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, apologies from Jaden and Oliver who aren't here, but they'll be back because we know
We'll be back.
all four of us are the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get it started off once again.
So I'm sure Ben can...
Reds.
I know.
Oh, who were they for?
Wayne.
Yeah.
But he did say he'll be in touch next week.
He's still not here.
No, he's still not here. You've still given the red card. Wayne, there you go. Now, I'm telling the lads because he did text me, he'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Okay? So they know we'll very, very shortly be a celebrity.
So long you've not been here before.
Yeah, I know.
We hit it.
I was literally forgetting
We
how
hit like 115 or 20.
God.
And then he came in for
Yeah.
15 minutes and he went.
Yeah.
So we did refresh it
Yeah.
in the end.
You have to refresh it,
We
yeah.
did,
Yeah.
He's shown up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, going straight off the bat, really.
Yeah.
Not this. Football.
Yeah. Football first.
Football. Go for the football first.
Yeah. We
are dreadful.
Yeah.
That's all
Well,
I can say.
us two are actually in a relegation battle now.
For
Because
Leeds, yeah.
for Leeds, because my second team, I do support Liverpool. I know everyone in my school says you can't support two teams.
My
I
second
don't
team
care.
are battling for the top of the league, City.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well,
On my mum's side anyway.
yeah. But like, I know everyone in my school says like you can't support two teams, but it's
Yeah.
like, I actually supported them for how many seasons has Leeds been in the Prem? Well, three, four.
I think this is the fourth.
So it's about
or third.
4 to 5 years.
Oh,
That I've supported them.
no. 1920 season.
Was
Because
it?
I remember them seeing videos of them lifting the trophy.
Yeah. Love that.
You know, no.
So what
We
made
have
that
to-
was the
we have-
season.
we have
What
to
made
have
you
a
pick
trophy
Leeds
next
for your
season.
second team?
So basically, I had a bet with my granddad that if it was like all four leagues, that if I guessed who's, well, it was just the Premier League and Championship that we done that time. No, it wasn't. We done all four leagues. But if I guessed who won the league, I got a fiver. If I guessed who was second, I got £2.50. And I actually did get that right for Liverpool, and I think it was Liverpool that said who's winning, and it was that season, and it was, and then City second.
1920.
Yeah, so
750 there.
yeah,
In the pocket.
and then when it continued as well onto the Championship, I'd guessed Leeds. I'd looked at the season before, and then I'd just randomly picked them out, and then I was like supporting them all season. They ended up winning it.
So
and
basically,
then,
it's
yeah,
your second team because
it's
you
my
want to bet.
second team because I want to bet about it. And I have been to Ellen Road twice. Both times they've lost.
Football with Ben.
Yeah, both times they've lost, which is fantastic. I
Yeah,
actually
just
did
like my luck when I
yeah.
go to Goodison or wherever I'm going, we always lose. I think the best result I've had was against Dynamo Kiev or Boreham Wood
God.
last season in the cup or the
Boreham
friendly. We did well last season to get through to the
Yeah, you're right,
fifth
yeah.
round of the FA.
Yeah, Leeds,
Yeah, we're out in
done well. Leeds got to the fifth round and went out.
So we did the same when we got knocked out in quarters by
Which
none other than
there will be a topic
Liverpool.
that is a topic we'll be talking about, that Leeds Fulham game, because there was a goal that probably should have been ruled out. But I know my granddad was telling me about was telling me that that should have been ruled out, and I was like, no, it shouldn't. If that's
I always say that, say something just happened.
if you say yeah,
But then you see the replay and he's actually went in with him studs up right to the
Yeah.
ankles.
if you say
That's nearly
that's
a red card.
yeah, if you say that that's a foul, then the Liverpool the foul Jota, that should also be a foul. I know Jota was pushed, and I think everyone said he has, but
It's like Tommy Fury fight.
yeah.
Tommy
Oh,
got knocked down.
That-
It's a
that-
slip.
Yeah,
Oh.
forgot about that. The only interest in
I
that
haven't
fight
actually
was
got
that
into
Tommy
boxing
actually
since I've
won.
had Steve.
Yeah,
Steve here.
yeah,
I'm glad I missed that, to be honest. I've heard a lot about it, so
yeah. I hate boxing,
Jake
honestly.
Paul said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy you."
No.
He's got cuts all down his face.
Yeah. But like it was, I know it was like recently as well with Leeds. I have it's been all right. Under Harry Garcia, finally got his name right. It's
actually,
actually
manager, isn't he?
yeah. Very excited about that.
When he was in the Fulham game,
Yeah.
Silva.
Yeah, my God, he needs to calm himself down. When they scored, when they actually scored, he wasn't looking.
He's like Duncan. Oh
Yeah. God, he's doing a terrible job of Forest Green. Like
First
he needs.
quarter, wasn't it? It's a lot of pressure.
Well, he's had about five
Five
games and hasn't really won. I don't think he's won a single one.
The lowest side,
Yeah.
isn't he?
They are
He's
bottom
used
by like
to-
a lot. Well,
He's used to
used
playing.
the bottom side as well though.
he's-
Yeah, with Everton.
When he was caretaker manager for Everton,
Is where quite
amazing.
well.
You should have seen him come down the touchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because
So
yeah,
being a manager then, money must talk, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Because if Duncan Ferguson went to Manchester City,
Yeah.
for instance, do you think Manchester City would be failing?
No.
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 Because
So-
it's about the players that they have.
There you go.
And
And
it's
then
the
wake
backing
up
that
from
we
a
have.
dream.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's about
else
that,
was
isn't
never
it?
It's like with Liverpool, everyone's like, all Arsenal fans are comparing Arteta to Jurgen Klopp and saying about Arteta's
Arteta on
better.
top.
Arteta's not better because
Arteta on
Arteta has the backing from the board. And that was how he was able to go and get Zinchenko or like they call him Zinny, which I hate that, especially with Darwizzy, that the stupid, I hate
And
that
James,
nickname Darwin.
Do you think if Jurgen Klopp
Yeah.
had approached Manchester City for them two players, they'd have sold them to us?
No, there
No.
was no absolute way. The only reason why they got them is because Arteta was the manager. If that
And
was
Pep Guardiola's had
someone
good
else,
links.
yeah. If that was someone else in charge of Arsenal, there was no way they were going to let them go. And I know that is probably going to be the mistake for City, because I think Arsenal will win the league. It's like kind of definite now. And I know a lot of people have said, oh, City will still will win the league, but people need to start seeing that, like, oh, and if I'm not getting into the subject of United winning the league, there was no way they're doing the quadruple. Like
Quadruple's not even Europa League.
like
They might win Europa League. They might have won the FA Cup.
I'm not classing as the
No, sorry,
quadruple.
not
They've won the
FA Cup,
Europa
Carabao
League.
Cup.
It's not the quadruple. The Europa
Quadruple
League.
is
Yeah.
Carabao Cup, FA Cup,
Yeah. Champions
Premier
League.
League, Champions League,
Yeah.
and if
It's
you
not
win,
Europa
the quintuple,
But if you do
Yeah.
win the Europa
Community
League,
Shield.
isn't that automatic qualification to the Champions League?
If you
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very, very important.
It's
and if
very-
you win the FA Cup,
it's
it's automatic
important.
qualification for the Europa League, even if you're Championship side. Is what I find.
Yeah.
So maybe
If we ever actually had that an FA Cup,
An FA Cup winner.
FA Cup winner that's actually not got, it's probably Bolton, because no, they did, or Wigan. No, it wasn't Bolton. It was Wigan,
Wanderers,
wasn't
Wanderers,
Yeah.
Wanderers.
so. While you're on the subject, talking about Manchester United, there's a massive game coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, I know there is.
So-
And if I see
Come on,
one more
United!
thing about Ten Hag, I will like literally. I was saying in the car before when it was driving home, was when we were driving home, my dad had picked me and my sister up. And I was scrolling on Instagram and I was like, if I see one more thing about Eric Ten Hag, I will punch my phone screen in. Because I'm not even joking every 5 seconds.
Even though
I know.
he was the Everton manager.
I think Ten Hag is a world-class manager,
He is, yeah.
but the different, you can't
It's his
exactly,
confidence. I think his confidence
Yeah.
gives him
I
his
think-
energy to boost his
I
team
think
up.
the difference, you can't exactly call him the best manager in the world because he
No,
hasn't
no.
been in those conditions that they haven't had backing from the board.
No,
That's
he's
why I've
not.
always said Jurgen Klopp's one of the
Even
best
though-
managers in
even
the
though he's
world.
still trying to get Glazers out.
Yeah. Like the Glazers back them, and Liverpool
Even though
have
all the
every
fans hate them.
yeah, Liverpool have every single right to complain about FSG because they didn't back them. If they were to back them, they would have been able to get Tchouaméni last summer.
See why
And-
we're complaining about
yeah,
Missouri.
it's great. Yeah. God knows why he's literally get backed by them every 5 seconds.
No, we don't.
Um,
No, believe me, behind the
Look
scenes.
at the
we
amount
do
of
not.
signings that you've made.
Zilch.
Hey, Forest best not complain about their owners. Every
140 sounds, didn't they?
it was.
What about Chelsea?
It was 32, I think it was in total.
When?
Forest over 2 transfer windows.
Gosh, what about Chelsea? The amount of money they spent on the transfer window?
Right,
Yeah, but how much is that wage bill?
I've actually got a story about that. So I saw an article before about, obviously Firmino, we'll go on to that in a minute, about how he isn't going to be at the club in the summer.
According to Sky.
Well, every single news outlet in the world.
I think it was
I think it was like quite easily anyway. Past couple of games, past couple of games I haven't been happy with him. And I'd like prefer to just have Jota and Nunez. I think Nunez is probably, if we compare, like obviously Diaz, if he was still playing like to this day, he would be our best player this season. But I think our key player is Darwin Nunez. The games he hasn't played in, we have been terrible in, such as I think it was Palace, the game he didn't play.
Oh, I watched that game last week.
We were awful.
Last week,
We looked terrible.
And last Saturday it was,
yeah. It was
dreadful, honestly.
But something where, like, I
really
literally need to touch wood before I say this. Liverpool haven't had a clean, have had 4 clean sheets in the last 4 games. So to go into the United game, I think that's a big thing. And the thing with United, they can see goals very easily. I know they have Lissandro Martinez.
They've got number 5 at the back.
Yeah.
Maguire.
Yeah. And now they have Lissandro Martinez, but recently, I don't know what's been going on. Ten Hag dancing with Lissandro Martinez after winning the Carabao Cup. I'm fuming at them because,
it's exciting from that level.
But United fans have actually been made out to be absolute hypocrites after all this, because last season when we won it and we celebrated it, he come out and said, all the United fans have come out and said, like, oh, you've won a Mickey Mouse Cup. And all they're celebrating as if they've won the World Cup, or something, or as if the world champions, which Real Madrid are, and I'm not going on to the 5-2, because that was Joe Gomez.
That's what Temple woke up.
Yeah. That was Joe Gomez, like, at fault for every single thing, and Trent...
Not all 5 goals.
Trent was the Militao one, because it wasn't Gakpo, it was Trent who was actually marking him. I recently saw that. And then, I think the big thing was that Konate wasn't playing that game. And
he was back last night.
Yeah, he was, and he was brilliant. But I tell you what, there is one player who is probably our best up there for. I think our best 3 players this season, and I know the third one, which could actually be an argument to get to second or first, is literally he's only played a couple of games, and first is obviously I'd say Diaz, because of how much effort that he put in, and like he doesn't, like, in moments that we were almost going to lose the game, like our draws in those first couple of games were because of him. And then second to be Darwin Nunez, and then third is Stefan Bajcetic, who
really
lucky Spain.
Really young.
Yeah, lucky Spain, Gavi, Pedri and Bajcetic in like the next like 10 years as their midfield, like that is. But I think I've like loved Bajcetic since he's come in, but literally we bought him for 200,000 and I have no clue about him.
60 grand, 60 grand, 60 grand.
But I think if you look into you look at how he's only recently come in and he's already scored for us. It was a great goal that he scored, but I know of how he's come into that team and he's been our best midfielder, and I think that's what they need, young, energetic players. Like we're missing that. Fabinho starting to, I think...
He plays well, doesn't
he, Fabinho? With Bajcetic coming in, they've basically, I'm not going to say what my dad says because that's swearing, I'm not swearing, but basically they've all been kicked up the ball. And because of the young player coming in and making them look like a show, I did like Henderson the other day because the past couple of games, because we've got a pressing machine back.
Yeah.
Against Everton as well. Yeah, I remember about that.
We did,
that
to
was,
be honest,
yeah.
the first half an hour we were all...
Your best player was Tarkowski.
Tarkowski and
It's
Onana.
literally your only goal, literally your only goal scorer as a defender.
It's
You've got,
Pickford.
well, you're never going to win if you put a youth academy.
My dad was saying you should start putting Michael Keane, because he's not getting anything. Put Michael Keane up front, someone who's big, strong, and will just charge at people.
It wouldn't be
It wouldn't be a bad shout, but his shooting's awful than the Palace game last season.
Like, I know, you are in a struggle.
Everton's, we've got good players.
I feel the thing that
I think it's more the pressure that's
what I've
came in
always
straight away.
said, what I've said is that your mistake will be that you didn't sign anyone in January.
No.
And that will be why you go down.
Spurs though. God, I hate them for Dan Zuma and he was a striker who we couldn't
I just
beat.
laughed my head off when that
That's
happened. I was
happened
walking home from school and
Since I've been alive, that's happened 3 times. And Sissoko, he was literally on the motorway. Got his agent in the car.
That's not even as bad as
no, he
got
a call. Hiya, we've got another offer for you. Would you like to come for this much? Turned around on the motorway, came back down to London. Dan Zuma was at Goodison, had his medical.
He literally has
got his agent rang up.
Contract. I thought he'd signed the contract actually.
I did.
Like they'd said.
Yeah, we've got a better offer for you here. Come join us. Drove back down to London.
Yeah.
And it happened with Højbjerg. Well, it wasn't as bad as with Højbjerg.
That was never as bad with that.
Anyway,
we're going off,
quick forecast. Liverpool, Man United,
Everton,
Forest, or Forest, Everton.
And we could include Leeds. Leeds, Chelsea. That is a big game. I know Leeds did win 3-0 last time as well. But
go on, who you bet on? Do the Liverpool game first, who you bet
him? I'm going to go safe 1-1. Because it's either going to be, it's at Anfield, so it's either going to be a draw or a late winner by Liverpool.
Yeah. No, look, it'll be 94th minute winner.
I'll be happy with that.
Especially with Fabio, that's why we need to play Carvalho.
Everton's match, I'm saying 2-1 Forest.
You're going with a loss.
Yeah, I mean, Everton's formed recently.
Yeah. You need to watch yourselves.
But Forest at home as well.
Yeah. We went there and got beat 1-0.
Exactly, and City.
And City went there and it was 1-1. So Forest, I think have probably been one of the best upcoming teams this season. This season's changed completely. I hate it. Look at the drama going on. Premier League, you've got Arsenal back and United back. Hate to say that. United and Liverpool have swapped rounds. We're terrible and they're great.
They've been around a few seasons now. Since you won the league,
the Bundesliga, Liga and PSG need to watch themselves because they might go and bottle another title. And then La Liga as well. Barca could have went 10 points clear the other time, but they lost. I think it was Alaves.
They won last night.
They won the El Clasico.
Again,
because they keep on winning them for some reason, even though Real Madrid. Here's if I hear one United fan saying, "Oh, we're the best team in the world because the team who we beat Real Madrid, who's the best team in the world." I'm like, shut up.
I do hate it when people say, "Oh, we're better than Liverpool because we drew with Liverpool."
It's
Liverpool got beat by Palace and we beat Palace or whatever.
I hate United on both club sides because Leeds does despise teams from Manchester, but it's more like United.
It's the local
without the within the first 5 minutes of me going to Ellen Road, if this was even a friendly and the noise they created at a friendly was unbelievable. Leeds, the chants just all game, and that's what we need. That's why Ellen Road was one of the most dangerous places to go. Final day as well, Brentford, with that was dangerous. They were always going to win that. It was it was written that was going to happen. But there's one team we need to watch out for next season. That's Burnley.
Brexit Burnley.
Burnley playing City, aren't they? FA Cup. The draw, they won 1-0 and Fleetwood. Fleetwood did go down to 10 men, but it was that's going to be a massive game.
Football.
But we all knew Burnley as slowing the game down, getting scrappy goals, or pens. But they've literally turned it to prime Barcelona with the tiki-taka football. And like, I'm not even joking, I've watched after, like, because I was doing my like final score, my 3 p.m. kick-offs on me Instagram, which actually I've...
I don't think I follow you
yeah,
anymore, I think I'll have to add you.
Yeah, I've got news about that as well. I'm switching to YouTube next season for the majority of it, which obviously
make sure to subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to this as well.
Yeah, subscribe
We need more subs here too.
Yeah. But I know that's going to be big because I'm switching on my watch alongs to there and like all making like reaction videos for Instagram. And my mum's going to then complain at me saying, use your green screen. I was like, I just haven't used it.
Well,
and I was like,
behind us.
Yeah,
It's on mine.
I know. So it's like, I have got one, so
Green
I'm probably
screens
going to
are
use that.
well underrated.
Yeah, but like, it'll be quite good doing that, but I know, let's actually get back on to predictions as well. But like, I think with Everton as well, I don't see them getting a win there.
I honestly, I don't either.
And I think the player, it'll be 1-0, and the player who will score is Brennan Johnson. And Ishwood doesn't play now, because they always do this. Sky had to rub it in my face today when
That's just press though.
When his goal against Leeds, the only one I saw, his goal against Leeds is nominated for goal of the month, and I'm fuming. If Coleman's there gets put up for goal of the month, that's a joke.
Coleman's? That is gold. I vote for that.
He didn't even kick. He literally didn't even go for goal.
On the press
he was
at the end.
That.
Oh no! On the press at the end, he's literally said, even if that was a shot, people might say it was a cross, but there was no one in the box for me to cross it to. So I did go for the shot, and even if I tried that in 100 more times, I wouldn't have ever made that again.
But I tell you, do you know what's a shot for goal?
It was a shot.
Do you know what's a shot for goal of the month? Firpo against Southampton, the back heel, and then he scored. That was a good goal.
I didn't watch that.
And it was Javi Gracia's first game, which I'm not joking. Like that looked completely different from the Marsh ball, the American football, the American version of football, which I love Jesse Marsh. It was fun. He was a great man. But football was never going to get them surviving this season. But I think they could survive, and if we actually go on to prediction of like Chelsea Leeds, I think I can see Leeds winning this. And
is it at Elland Road?
It's at Stamford Bridge.
Oh,
but they beat them 3-0 11 Road. And
it's going to be
Chelsea have actually gone. I'm not going on to. I'll talk about this next week about Haaland's making City worse, because we've always had that argument. But I know with Chelsea they've gone, I'd say worse, because they've bought these players and they don't know how to put them into the team, and that was always going to be the bad thing. And I think if they lose the one player who they need to keep in the summer. And I'll be very happy getting him. Mount going to Liverpool. I'm not joking, if our midfield is Bellingham, Mount and Bajcetic, I will literally love it. And I know it's game over for everyone in the league if we get either Guardiola or Leao, because Liverpool will be back next season if we get those players.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll go on to this then, Dan.
Well, we've got a quick last minute.
Well, yeah, I'll say Leeds 2-1 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Mal, are you doing this one?
No, you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Well, Mal is going to be completing another Three Peaks challenge. This time it's not UK, it's just Yorkshire. I am not even going to try and pronounce those mountains, but the first one is 600. Pennygent, Ingleborough, and Whernside. Is that right? Hey, we're going right.
Yeah.
694 metres, 723 metres, and 736 metres, which is all three in total are 24 miles. And they have attempted all three mountains in 12 hours, which averaged 4 hours per mountain. It's going to be a tough one.
Very tough, but we've got the map
He's got
ready, waterproof map.
He's got a super
Have you
durable
noticed?
waterproof map.
Compass after
What's
Reading,
Compass?
and it does work because you only live 2 minutes away from here, and they got me here, no problem.
Yeah.
Happy to
You know the clouds get here now.
There you go.
But yeah, so that comes to the end of our show. We have
Hang on, what else have we got there?
Again.
Oh yeah, our tournament is dates confirmed. August 26th, 27th and 28th. The final day for the finals will be the 28th. All age groups of under 7s, under 8s, under 9s and under 10s who are going into the new season will be liable to play. It's at Jeffrey Humble Playing Field, Long Lane, Liverpool, L96AG. And it's £70 per team. All players do receive a participation medal. It's 9 till 1. So 9 AM to 1 PM, and it's organised by Mal at DXTL. And so if you're having inquiries,
Yes, for the Respect
yeah,
tournament, and everyone else will sign up to our code of conduct. I won't get you reading all them out, but that's what it's all about. It's all about
Yeah.
respect. It's all about bringing more referees within the game. Dan is going to be a referee,
in June.
and obviously we'll have to finish the show
Hopefully,
now, but
yeah.
thanks very much, well read out
Yeah.
there. Ben, it's been
Yeah.
great to have you
Yeah.
back as well.
Did you call me over?
No, go
I
on.
thought you called me over then.
No.
But yeah, so come to the end of our show now.
Yeah.
Nice to see you back. It's
Yeah.
not been since
Good.
2022.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is going to
Maybe
celebrate
back
the
next
20th
week with the
anniversary.
Haaland argument.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
for that.
Whatever's got on with Leeds.
Probably be more
I'm
evidence.
annoying
to
my
back
granddad this. I've been annoying my granddad this week. We're
More
playing
evidence,
March
I will.
all together on Alexa. He's been fuming. But every time I walk into his house, he talks in a Yorkshire accent. I'm like, you don't need to talk in a Yorkshire accent every time I walk in.
That's
I
my
still
mate.
support Liverpool. I can talk in a Scouse accent.
Happy
That's
I've
days.
literally got a
my
lead
mate,
shirt
yeah.
now, so I can't actually argue.
Well, end the show now. So good night, guys. Hope you have a good day, and
Yeah.
I'll be back to you tomorrow at 7 o'clock
With the
Yeah.
grassroots
with the
football
Grassroots
show.
Football show. Yeah.
There you
Good night.
go.
God bless.
Yeah.
Good night from Ben
Dan.
and myself, Mal.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow at 7 PM. See you then.
Bye.